Well, hello everyone, and happy Wednesday to you. It's midweek here on the first full week of October. It's been a beautiful week. We had a beautiful worship day on Sunday. I want to say thank you to all of you who went the extra mile in pulling that off, both in the setup as well as the breakdown. If I started listing names, I'm going to miss somebody, particularly on the breakdown part, because pretty much everybody who was here grabbed something, moved something, and played a role. We all came together. It was good to see so many of you who we were not able to see thus far since March, really. And we understand most of you who are in that category, you gave us the social distance hugs and blew us the kisses and said, well, next time we do something like this, I may be able to be here. So we know that was kind of a situation that gave you an opportunity to come, and that may not present itself for maybe until we get into the Christmas holidays before we do something else akin to that, maybe very briefly outside Christmas Eve, that kind of thing. So we certainly understand that, but it was so good to see so many of you. And for those of you who still felt it best to worship from a distance, we certainly understand and know that we are getting through this together. Which brings me just to a couple of very quick little things. First of all, for those of you who did come for that one time and probably one time only for a while, because of your efforts, and in particular, I'll show you in a second what I mean, we got off to a very good start for our October Harvest Pantry Drive. In fact, let me show you an image here. And here we go. This is what we took in pretty much on Sunday. It was 3 of the big bins overflowing, and we appreciate that so much. That's just with the first week. Remember, my challenge to you is this. Each time you come, bring at least one item. So for those of you who are typically present with us, either on a Tuesday night or on a Sunday morning, we're just encouraging you to bring one small pantry item. Again, we've got a pretty good head start on that. So many of you brought bags full, said, hey, this is the one time I'm going to be here and I want to do it. We've also had individuals bringing things by the office towards the end of last week, and we appreciate that as well. Remember, this emphasis goes through the month of October. So we're just saying that, hey, anytime the office is open and you want to drop something by, if you're in the neighborhood, please feel free. But each time you come, whether it's Tuesday night Bible study, Sunday morning worship, you might want to bring one item and just add to that, and we'll watch that grow in the coming weeks. Another October opportunity that I just touched on the last couple of weeks because we really didn't have information. I don't have full specifics, but I do have certainty, which that at least I can share with you today. We are going to be able to do a couple of opportunities for an outreach endeavor called No Tricks, Just Treats. We're not able to do a trunk or treat. That is, if you go to the city's website, Fairfax City, you'll see the CDC guidelines, and the number 2 thing they say after saying the typical neighborhood stuff, don't do this year, no trunk or treats and that sort of thing. But we are going to be able to do a couple of things. One, we're going to create dozens and dozens, probably a few hundred small gift bags with candy as well as another treat. And we're going to be able to let the Montessori School of Oakton, that's the school that partners with us in our facility, they can distribute on a class-by-class basis. Here's a little treat from folks at the church, since they're not able to have a party and they're not able to, those kids aren't able to do typical trick-or-treating and those kinds of things. So that's a way for us to at least continue to bridge that gap. We had hoped to have a larger, more interactive involvement in a fall festival with them. But again, that's been off the table for some time. But then we're really excited because we're going to be able to then leave the church property. And on the last Friday, that would be Friday the 30th, from tentatively 4 to 7, roughly 4 to just about dark, we're going to be able to set up a grab and go, no tricks, just treats distribution those same kind of little bags for Providence Elementary School for their kindergarten through second grade. We're going to be able to set up our little tent. We can put signage. We're going to put stickers on all the bags from your friends at Fairfax Baptist Church. We'll be able to do that. Because of the social distancing, all of the things that we'll have to do to make this happen, this is not an all-call trunk or treat for you to be present, whether to help distribute to MSO or to the kids from Providence. We'll have a small team doing that. We will need some help putting the bags together. And so I'll be sharing with you in the coming days how you can participate in that. For those of you who think, well, what can I do these days? Glad you're thinking that, glad you've asked that, because we've got a little project that you can help us with. But we'll have a handful of people and maybe a couple of shifts there just able to socially distance, give the treat to the kids, and they're going to promote that through their kindergarten through second grade. Remember, they're at home schooling right now, and so just any opportunity for them to get out and have some sort of sense of normalcy will be a great opportunity. Now, it may seem like a small thing. There was a choice we could have had to say, well, let's just wait, because the real purpose is to build relationships, to find those ways, just like we've done at Fall Festival last year downtown. We did their trunk or treat in the Old Town lot there at Woody's Ice Cream last year, roughly that last Friday, coincided with Rock the Block. We had a lot of people coming to draw on pumpkins and dig through literally a trunk full of candy and apple cider, hot apple cider for parents, and a little bonfire there and seating. We were able to mix and mingle and to visit, pass out information about our church. We're not able to do that this year. We're going to be masked, gloved, and putting the treat either in some type of box that we'll have to extend to the window. It's just going to be a grab and go. Maybe they get out if they've dressed up and show us how they've all dressed up. But other than that, there's not a lot of mingling. But it can be the bridging of a gap and an introducing of our church again to our community. Remember that in the holiday season, both Thanksgiving and Christmas, we're going to be working through many of those very same contacts, and there is a very real possibility that some of the families that we will engage with through the holiday season, again, not quite as engaging personally as like we had hoped, like last year or those kinds of things, but at least providing meals and maybe some gifts. Some of those families may be represented and we are introduced to them through this little endeavor. They're going to say, hey, this is that church again. So that's one thing. It's not going to cost a lot, and it's really not going to be hard. All the hard work has been pulling the strings that we've had for those in the school system, helping us with that. And I'll give you more details, and I'll give more thanks and kudos as this thing gets pulled off. But we found out late Friday, or actually I found out on Saturday. The meeting was conducted and finalized late Friday. But we do now have some certainty that we are going to be able to do a grab and go type of thing at Providence Elementary School. And we're targeting that last Friday, roughly the hours that may shift. So pay attention to that. That's why we don't have any printed material for you yet. We want to be absolutely certain of that time before we send that to you to limit any confusion. But know that in the next few weeks, we may ask you if you have some time to help us fill those bags. We can even get those items to you for those of you who might be staying in safely. This is a way for you to be involved. You may not be in the parking lot, but you can say, hey, I played a part in doing that. So that's October. Other than that, October looks to be pretty standard. We go back inside this coming week, and I think it's supposed to like pour down rain most of the day. I think we nailed the right day to do the outside thing last Sunday. But we'll be back in our standard operating procedure for this COVID time. Remember that you can come and we do our very best to do the social distancing, all the protocols required, as well as kind of the extra mile best practices that we are doing our best to make sure that this is a safe environment for you if you choose to gather with us in the sanctuary at 11. If not, you can always, and we have more people streaming, so don't think you're in the minority if you are. We want you to stay connected, and you can simply go to the website. Last week we had to do it off the Facebook page. I know that there were, audio issues, and I gave you a heads up on that. And that's just the nature of what we were able to do outside in that environment. But we're back to streaming regular. Go to the website, hit the blue button, watch now, and you'll be taken right to our YouTube channel for the service. So thank you for walking through that journey with us. It was a lot of fun, but this next week takes us back to a little bit of normalcy. And remember that we still have some limitations for the months to come. And in the next couple of weeks, I'll be sharing with you as we get clarity and then specifics for ministry to families in need, specific families, both for Thanksgiving and for Christmas. We're going to actually help provide, hopefully for as many as a dozen families for Thanksgiving meals. And then, of course, Christmas, a smaller number, but maybe in a more significant way per family. So just keep that in mind. That is the plan. We're going to work through all of the social protocols that we have to do. So bear with us in that, and we'll keep you posted as we get clarity and we find those specifics. Just a reminder of a couple of things that each week, typically our office is open from 9 to noon, Monday through Thursday. That is the typical week, but we're coming into a holiday weekend, and our office is going to be closed on Monday. That is Columbus Day. And so for those of you that have been working from home and that kind of thing, it may not feel very much like a change, but our office will be closed. And actually on Thursday of this week, that's Thursday the 8th, today is Wednesday. This is when I'm filming this and hopefully sending this to you in just a little bit. The office will be closed tomorrow, Thursday the 8th. David and I both have family matters, no emergencies, no problems, to which we have to attend. And since it's a very limited operation, we're just going to go ahead and close the office for that day. If you need us, as always, in after office hours, you leave a message, send an email. That will continue to be monitored even over the weekend, just like normal. So please feel free to reach out if you need. And Sunday will be normal. It's just that it's kind of an interesting coincidence. Both of us will be away. So best just to shut down the office, but not shut down the operations. All of the things are still happening. We look forward to a great weekend coming up and a great time of worship. We hope that you'll join with us. And however you come, whether it's online or whether in person, we look forward to a great Lord's Day together. Well, that's what I have for you for this week. And just stay tuned. We'll give you more information, the specifics and the challenges, certainly no later than next week, both in print as well as some instructions of how you can be involved in the variety of ways to help October wrap up and for us to truly make an impact in the lives of some children and their families. So happy October. It is a beautiful, beautiful day today, beautiful season. I hope you have a chance to enjoy it. So good to see many of you last Sunday. We look forward to seeing you again soon.